Welcome to Vlogmas Day 22. Let's see what we have behind my candy canes. Oh, this is actually a chocolate bar Hubby and I got for free. I think it was in the summer. They had a Ferrero Rocher pop-up and they had all of these new chocolate bars that they were promoting. We ended up getting a bunch. I think we had 4 in total because they were giving out 2 to each person. And this is the only one we have left because it is the dark chocolate one. But this dark chocolate is 55%, so it's not that dark. I think around 70% is when I start not really liking it. This very flat envelope has our tea and coffee inside. Here is Hubby's coffee from Montreal. Oh, and we have champagne splashes today. I really liked this tea, so I'm excited to have this again. I'm just logging on to start on my work for the day, and I realized I forgot to give an update on book club. So the meeting ended up not happening last night, so we decided to regroup next year, and in hindsight I am so thankful because I ended up spending the entire night doing a bit of work for the writing studio and also editing the last Vlogmas episode, and I didn't finish until 11 p.m. which means that if I had had a 2-hour book club in the evening, I wouldn't have gotten the video done. And even still, as I was rewatching it this morning and putting in the timestamps, there were a couple of things I wanted to change. So I'll do that after I do this bit of work for the writing studio, and maybe I can get it done before Hubby and I go for brunch. We decided pretty impromptu. I asked him this morning when he woke up if he wanted to go back to that same Japanese restaurant for brunch, Ohiru, so he could try the udon carbonara was what he had his eye on. But that's a little something to look forward to once I'm done a bit of work this morning, and then I will probably just log back in the late afternoon or early evening to finish up what I need to do before our week off. So I'm gonna get to it and I'll see you for brunch. Brunch was really good, very filling. I got a repeat of last time, the tamago sando, and Hubby got the udon carbonara with karaage on the side. Really yummy. We went to Chicha San Chen for bubble tea after. I got the bubble volcano, which is a non-caffeinated drink, and Hubby is trying something new too. He got the puchong milk tea.
It's so creamy.
Is it milk tea? And they wrapped it up so fancily. So there's a little handle on the sleeve, and I guess you can hold it like a little package. So cute. But I'm just gonna hold it like this because I'm afraid it's gonna fall. So cute. Yeah. It is the end of the workday and I managed to log off right after 5 o'clock, so I'm feeling very good. I got everything done and now I am going to relax and do my puzzle. I just noticed that the light is still on white. So this light signifies when I'm working on something and I need to concentrate. Originally, we had actually decided on green. It looks a bit blue in the video, but this is the green that I used to put on when I was concentrating. But because it's the holidays and because I do like to have the green light on from time to time, we decided to change it to this white shade, which is right in the middle of the color wheel, so it's easy for me to find. I do like to match the light to what I'm wearing, or at least during Vlogmas, so I'm going to try to select this baby blue. Sometimes it's hard to find the exact shade, but I'll just try to get close. That's actually pretty close. It looks brighter in the video, but this is the blue I've selected, which matches my sweater and also the tea packaging. Very matchy-matchy. And funny enough, Hubby and I only use these lights during the winter. We usually start around Vlogmas, so maybe November, December. And then we use it throughout the winter time, but then in the spring and summer we start to forget, and we only start thinking about it again in the fall when the days start getting shorter. The day 22 puzzle is in this top corner. It always feels so good to be done with work for the year. And that's even with really enjoying my job at the writing studio, but still, just to have the time completely off and not be worried about checking emails or responding to things or getting through a big list of items. It just feels very freeing, and I really love that. I do love to work as well. I don't know if I've ever said that on my channel, but I love being like in the flow with work, whether it be work for the writing studio or my own personal creative projects. I love doing my finances spreadsheet, which is something I have to do during this holiday season. I'll need to set up the new one for next year. What I think I don't love about work, which fortunately I'm not involved in this sort of thing anymore, are like office politics or things like unfairness in the workplace with some people doing more work than others. So that has happened a lot in the office jobs that I've had. That was probably my main source of stress. I really value people respecting each other and doing their work and not taking advantage of their colleagues. And unfortunately, that is not the case in a lot of workplaces. I will say though that the part-time jobs that I've had since leaving full-time work have been a lot better. I haven't had the same issues with like feeling like the workload was very unbalanced, and maybe that's partly because I bill for my hours now. Maybe on a full-time salary there's more incentive to try to do as little as you can and try to get your colleagues to do more or to pick up the slack. I don't love it, but I can understand it. But in the world of billing for your hours, there really isn't that we all get paid the same amount, but someone else does more. And I like that a lot. I've realized that I'm really big on things being fair, and maybe that's like kind of a naive way to look at the world because so many things aren't fair and aren't equitable. But as much as I can, I do try to treat people the same, of course recognizing that there are people in my life that I'm closer to, but I am a pretty big stickler for treating people in general with respect and dignity. I don't even know how I got on this topic and why this is on my mind. I think these puzzle chats are interesting because I kind of just talk about whatever comes out of my mouth. I guess it started with me talking about being done with work, and that led to me reflecting on how much I do like my work right now. Of course, whenever I think about that, I contrast it with when I was working full-time and feeling pretty miserable. So the puzzle chats, interestingly enough, are very like stream of consciousness almost. Maybe it's because I'm not so in my head, because I'm also trying to put together a puzzle. So I don't really think too hard about where my thoughts are going. I just let them lead me to wherever they want to go. I didn't anticipate that this Vlogmas would be so heavy on puzzle chats, but I really look forward to this time. The rest of the day is going to be pure relaxation. I had a really fun and productive day today. Hubby and I had such a nice brunch. The volcano bubble tea was good. There was actually no tea in it. Very similar to kind of like a brown sugar milk tea, but without the tea, so very milky. I still enjoyed it. It was a bit sweet for me, and you can't reduce the sugar on that drink. But for a non-caffeinated option, it was really good. And I've decided when I go to Chicha San Chen, I'm always going to get tapioca because it's just so good. When I got the honey osmanthus tea last time, I didn't get the tapioca. And even though the tea itself was good, it would have been better with the tapioca. I think their tapioca really shines. I did try some of Hubby's tea and it was delicious. It was really good, but they make their teas quite strong. So I don't think I would be able to drink caffeinated tea at home and then go for bubble tea, that would have to be my only caffeinated drink for the day. This puzzle is adorable. It's a little Scotty dog. Scotties are so cute. Looking up at someone, maybe Santa. Hard to believe it's already Vlogmas day 23. Let's go ahead and open up day 23 of the advent calendar. This one's heavy. We've got turtles, the original ones. Hubby's coffee, which is from Calgary. The Wild Berries Black Tea Blend. We have 1 piece each of the saltwater taffy today. And we've got more dairy milk. I actually still have 2 pieces in my bento. I just walked hubby to the car rental place and I am heading home now. What we usually do now is we go to the car rental place together and then he drives home and I walk home so I can get my step count up, and that works out very well. It is very quiet today here in the path. It's the weekend and it's right before the holidays and it's also very early, so not really a soul in sight. Lots of beautiful lights though. I also thought I would take this time to listen to the cozy solo cast that I just recorded that I will be releasing today, just to make sure I did all of the editing properly. I think it's fine, so once I get home I'm gonna try to post that and send out my newsletter before we head to Brampton to visit with my in-laws. So I did get the blog post out and then I wrote morning pages and took a power nap. I'm on my way to pick up some cupcakes that we ordered. Oh jeez. Be careful, Lulu. Oh dear. Oh, you got it. Yay. She's such a strange dog. She's gonna bark if she eats too much. I am so tired, but I really want to do my puzzle. So let's go ahead and do that, and then I'm gonna relax for the rest of the evening. Day 23, our second to last puzzle. And day 23 is right here. Hubby and I had a really nice time in Brampton with my in-laws. We had a huge feast. It was so good. My father-in-law made turkey and also bought a few dishes from a Hakka restaurant nearby. The noodles were super delicious. Hubby and I brought some sushi, and then we also had sticky rice, and my father-in-law made these delicious spring rolls, egg rolls. I'm not too sure of the difference. They were so good. Very, very delicious. He makes them from scratch and they are tons of work, so he doesn't make them too often anymore, but oh, they were so yummy. I definitely overdid it with food. I am still so full, but it was so tasty that it was well worth it. I'm very, very tired today. Like, I did not want to get up from the couch. Hubby, Lulu, and I were watching hockey, and I said I would get up at the first intermission to do my puzzle, but then first intermission came and Lulu's really exhausted too, and she was still lying on me, so I was like, not ready to get up just yet. I'm just going to lie here a little bit longer. And so I did. Eventually she did get up. Lulu will only lie on me for a little bit. I don't know if it gets too warm or maybe I move too much because I'm like always breathing and such. But she eventually did get up, and that was my cue to get up as well. I don't like to disturb Lulu when she's sleeping on me, so I usually try to wait for her to get up. It's only if something is urgent, like a timer is going off for something that I'm cooking perhaps, or if I like really have to go to the bathroom. It's like the only time I really disturb her. This puzzle reminds me of a question that my brother-in-law was asking me today. He was asking about what I had on my bucket list, and I thought about it for a little bit, and the first thing that came to me, and actually the only thing that I can really think of, is that I have this 9,000 piece puzzle, which I've talked about earlier in Vlogmas, and I've probably talked about this in at least one other vlog, but I really want to do that puzzle. That is definitely on my bucket list. And I also have a 5,000 piece puzzle, which I plan to do this coming year. I will probably start that once I'm done my advent calendar puzzles, which will be tomorrow. Hubby and I did take out my 5,000 piece puzzle when we were in the locker. The 3,000 piece puzzle, this 5,000 piece puzzle, and also my 9,000 piece puzzle, they're all ancient maps. I don't know why I bought so many of the same illustration with essentially just very little variation, but I've always loved ancient map puzzles. It reminds me of one that I used to do over and over again when I was in high school. So I've done the 3,000 piece one. I did that a few years ago, and I've mentioned that in a previous vlog as well as this Vlogmas. So this is the one I'm going to do next. And once this puzzle is done, I'm going to move on to my 9,000 piece puzzle. But that is what is on my bucket list. I guess that's pretty low-key and tame when it comes to bucket lists, but that's really truly what I want to do in this lifetime. And then once these two puzzles are done, maybe I will have something more exciting to put on my bucket list. But for now, that's all I've got. This is a very cute puzzle, a little teddy bear, and it actually says Merry Christmas on this puzzle, which is so sweet. I enjoyed this one. I found this one pretty straightforward, maybe because of the colors and the words, very delineated and very easy to put together. So this was a really nice, quick and easy puzzle, which is great because I am just so drained right now. I was even falling asleep on the car ride home, and that doesn't happen very often. I'm usually pretty good at not falling asleep when hubby is driving. I stay awake and I talk to him, or I'll just like play games on my phone so he has some company while he's driving. And even now, I think I could go to bed and fall asleep right away. I do want to watch the Leafs game because there will be no hockey tomorrow, Christmas Day, and Boxing Day. I'm drinking chrysanthemum tea. I think this is one of my favorite non-caffeinated hot drinks. It's just so tasty. I am going to end off Vlogmas Days 22 and 23 here. By the time you watch this video, it will be Christmas Eve or beyond. If you celebrate Christmas, I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, I want to wish you a very happy and safe holiday season. I'll be back very soon with the next installment in my Vlogmas videos, and I will see you all then. Bye!